This video will introduce you to the basic functionality of the Design Explorer in Alibre Design. You will learn how the Design Explorer relates to the components in a model, how to use the Design Explorer to provide input to dialog boxes, how the Design Explorer assists with parts and assemblies, and how the Design Explorer helps with 2D drawings. The Design Explorer is the DNA of the model. It's how it was created. Here you can see a list of the model's components, as well as how these components relate to each other in the model's hierarchy, and also obtain a sense of the order in which these components were created. Each workspace has slightly different items in the Design Explorer, but each workspace acts very similarly to the others. Here's a broad overview of the Design Explorer and how it relates to parts, including sheet metal parts. When items are added in a model, the Design Explorer will be updated to show the newly added items, including all configurations, axes, planes, and features. When most dialog boxes are requesting input from the user, items in the Design Explorer can be selected as well as items in the workspace. For example, for a revolve, you can select an axis from the workspace or Design Explorer. Now let's step through a design. Editing an item in the Design Explorer will do two things. 1. Open up the dialog with the previously selected items, and 2. The dog bone will be moved below the feature being edited. Everything below the dog bone will not be displayed in the workspace. Double-clicking on a feature will move below the selected feature. This is useful when trying to figure out how a part was made. Right-clicking on a feature gives you several different options. For example, a feature color can be changed or a feature can be suppressed. Now here's an overview of an assembly. Notice there's no dog bone, but there are exploded view and constraint sections. Parts and subassemblies can be hidden or suppressed. Right-clicking pops up a menu that enables you to edit parts and subassemblies in the current view of the assembly or in a separate window, or you can reference geometry, and there are many other items that can be chosen. You can even start a 2D drawing of one of the parts in the assembly. In the Design Explorer of a 2D drawing, there is no dog bone, but there is a list of sheets and views. If a part or view is sectioned, right-clicking on that view in the Design Explorer allows you to change the crosshatch of individual parts, reverse the section view, and many other things as seen here in the pop-up menu. This tutorial explained the Design Explorer in Alibre Design. You learned how the basic layout and item hierarchy of the Design Explorer work together to provide a sense of how the listed components go together. You also learned about the similarities and differences of the items in the Design Explorer in different workspaces, and how right-clicking on an item listed in the Design Explorer will present a context-sensitive pop-up menu with various options for the selected item. Every workspace has slightly different items in the Design Explorer, but within each workspace, the Design Explorer acts very similarly to the others.